Hey YouTube, Mike the Gambling Guy back at you, and we're continuing the Golden Tower Challenge. And for me, it's part two. So before, when I was going through this and showing you my videos, I actually had made it up through day 8, and then I got stupid lazy, made a mistake, like gamblers will tend to do. I need to make $5 more. Well, let's go ahead and martingale that. So I actually put my $1,600 balance at risk to win 500 bucks. No, I didn't put it at risk. I lost it. So it happens to me too. Lose discipline and just got beaten. And I was like, okay, well, we're gonna start this thing all over again. So I did. I jumped back in, just started winning 75. Just started going day by day, and now we're on day 7. And there is a new twist that I want to share with you. Kind of an easy way that you can use this either online. You could use this. Certainly with the first person tables, you can use this on live tables, as far as on the web, live dealers. You could also use this at stadium baccarat. I just don't think you could use this sitting at a live table in a casino, only because they don't really like phones being out. You'd have to be able to use the app for this one, because this one is being able to use any of the methods that come up using the Rigel Castle Baccarat app. So with that, you're going to see that I've already made a few units today. I'm already 4 units in towards my goal of $225. Awesome, right? Good to be there. But let me show you how I'm doing it. So first of all, if you don't know how to get to first person, it's on Evolution. So if you're playing Evolution, if you want to know where I play, just shoot me an email. I'll tell you where I play. It's not a big deal. And then just YouTube goes against their policy to say on here. So I have to respect that. I know other content creators that have gotten banned for sharing or showing their URLs where they're at. YouTube frowns on that. So once we're in Evolution, you see here's Baccarat. It's not where we're going. We're coming all the way down here to first person. So once we're in first person, we're just going to open up first person Baccarat. And then what I would recommend is that you shuffle the shoes. We're just going to go and clear those. And you kind of want between 10 and 20 results. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just click on here till we get to 12 or 15 results. So what kind of shoes you're looking for? Well, to give you the best advantage, you either want, turn off their horrible music, to give you the best advantage, you either want to find shoes that are in some type of streak, right? So it's either in drops, it's in chops, or it's in 2x2s. That'll give you the best advantage. So what are you looking for? Primarily, 1 unit. 1 unit is all you need to get per shoe, right? You need 15 units a day for the challenge. So if you can get 1 unit per shoe, and it's kind of on your terms, let's go ahead and do that. So both of these are in, this was in streak mode all the way along. So let's get into the app and show you how, first of all, to set up the app. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then we want to make sure that we've got this set. Now for here, I am doing a $15 unit. I'm just going to do a $5 unit just so I don't screw anything up as I'm showing you guys how to do this. And the money management that you want to utilize is Author's Light. So Author's Light is really a d'Alembert with only 3 steps. So you're putting 6 units at risk. If you lose those 6 units, just throw those in the recovery pit. And then the way that I like to get out of the recovery pit is I would actually use Haku Senior to be able to get out of the recovery pit. It's a 4-step recovery. And I'm going to play it the exact same way. The first bet's a feeler bet. Right? If you win that one, it's fine. But again, base that on how much you need to get back. Remember, divide and conquer and get that money back. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cancel that because I should be in, Author's Light, $5 is exactly what I want. And with all of the different strategies over here, it doesn't matter which one that you're in initially, because I'm going to show you how we're going to utilize the brain to change that. So we're just going to keep that there. The red light's on, obviously, because we're not in active play. And I just need to go ahead and enter all these in. So we've got 5 bankers, and then we're going to have four players. That's just how I do the math on that. So hand 12. Yeah, they got 3 ties. Yeah, that gets us to hand 15 there. Perfect. All right. So from here, this looks great. I mean, Prince Tim is killing it. He's killing it in these streaks. But is he the best? He's had 1 loss in a row. I said 2 losses overall, 9 wins, 82%. That's how you read those numbers. Well, let's go to the brain and see if he's doing the best. He's not necessarily doing the best. We got Medusa, who's still at 100%. You've got Smog, that's at 100% with 0 losses. Mikey Big Boy, I mean, there are a lot of 100%ers on here. Battlement. And then you come all the way down to OG Horizontal Underdog. And then as you get down here, you go, okay, this one's had 1 loss in a row. Okay, so if it's had 0 losses in a row, the next time it tells me to play something, I'll probably jump in and play it. I just need 1 unit. So what happens if I sustain a loss? Well, you got 2 more bullets, right? So doing a 3-step D'Lambert, or in this case, Author's Light, you're going to be doing 1 unit, then you're going to do 2 units, and then the third bet is really give me my money back bet, right? So third bet is 3 units. So at risk, you've got a total of 6 units before you got to go, dang it, throw me into the recovery pit and get me back. Because does it hit every time? No, that doesn't hit every time. There's a couple times where you go down those 3 units, you're like, okay, I'll throw this in the recovery pit. I'll throw on Haku Senior, and before long, going back in and playing the same way, utilizing the brain this way, you'll be back out of that recovery pit in no time. So let's go ahead and let's jump into Medusa's hair, because she's still winning. Let's see if she can keep that streak up. So $5 on the banker. And like I said, doesn't look promising when she's whooping out that $10 on the player. 0-0. There we go. There's our W. So we got the 1 W, the $5 that we were looking for. So at this point, you can go, I can skedaddle. I got my 1 unit. Or you can take a look and go, do I risk going in for another one? Right? So we know that Medusa had 1 loss, so she's going to drop off. But we do have some other 100%s. Battlement has had 2 wins, 0 losses. Smog has had 3 wins, 0 losses. So a couple different things that we could do here is we could sit here and we could also play, just do free hands until Smog comes up with a way to play. Or at this point, we can just jump right into Battlement and say, let's see if we can get a 3rd W here. And that's what we're going to do. Third W for Battlement, anyway. And just like that, Battlement picks up another W. And it's going to say wait, and it's probably going to say wait for like 5 or 6 hands. So that's literally how you play. So then you could either, again, come back to the brain, and then look at Prince Tim. Prince Tim has had one loss in a row, and then I would probably end up playing this one as well, only because Prince Tim has been pretty much on fire. 10 wins, 4 losses, 1 loss in a row, and he's just taken a loss. So if he's just taken a loss, maybe that's a free loss that we could jump in on Prince Tim, and let's get my third $5, or my 3rd win at $5, and that would actually equal 1 unit for me for today. Because right now you can see we're up $10. The nice thing about the app, it keeps keeping track until I clean that out. So we're going to put $5 on the player, and let's see if Prince Tim is right with the player here. And he's not. That was definitely a banker. Got that 3rd card, 9 came up to grab us. So Prince Tim has already exceeded his losses for the day. But he did get the W there. So by saying there, now I'm at 1450, and that one I can actually mark here as 1450. That number looks awfully familiar. So now I just need to get $150 left for the day. It is all I've got for a goal, and I did that yesterday. So let's knock this one out and get that done. Let's go back and show you another example back here. Let's go back and look at the the shoes, because so far we won 3 units in 1 shoe. Is that a fair example to show you on how we did that? So, you know, you could certainly play, you know, this one's got a good streak that it's on. I would say this streak is probably more consistent right now than this streak is, but there's only one way to know, and that's actually to go out and put that in the brain. And again, this is where I have to tell Mike, use your brain and stay disciplined and use the app. Don't go, hey, you can get another $5 and you can, yeah, you can lose all your money. Silly. I'm still beating myself over if you couldn't tell a little bit. So red light's on. So red, blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red. I should have counted how many blues I needed. 3 blues altogether out there. It just makes it easier for me to figure that out. So this one again, Prince Tim, not doing too bad. He did have 3 L's in a row, which is going to put him towards the bottom of my list here. Snowstorm, 100%, 100% right now. They're killing it. The Rigel, it's a really good system because it's actually looking at a lot of different things. It's also saying banker. So both these are at 100%. The Rigel takes less risk than Snowstorm does. I'll probably say, okay, let's go ahead and jump on the Rigel. They both want banker. If I get my 1 unit right here, it isn't gonna matter. They were kind of both going the same way. But as far as who do I think has a stronger maybe bet selection, would have been Rigel. So we're at 475, and then we can go. Do we want to keep pushing the envelope here? Because as long as this run's going to keep going, now I could play until there's a loss, right? But this one's at 100%, hasn't had a loss yet, so that wouldn't necessarily make sense. If I'm down here and this one's had 1 loss, TM out, I might want to play it until it takes a loss. But with Snowstorm, let's go ahead and we're going to risk the biscuit, as they would say, because it is still at 100%. It was at 100%. It was. You saw it. It was. There we go. It's not at 100 now, but it's still doing pretty good. So now I'm up 2 units here. Now I can certainly just take my 2 units and say let's just step off. And this is another way of when you get to the 15 unit or $15 units, you could also you can play it in $5 increments. You don't have to play it in $15 increments. You get to the $20, you go, oh, it's too high for me. Play it in $10 increments. No one says you have to win 15, but your goal for that day still remains your goal for that day. So even if you take smaller bites of that elephant, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Especially once we start getting up into $50, $75, $100 bets. That's where you might get more comfortable going, yeah, I'm just gonna win more units than 15, right? So kind of think about that as you're going through the challenge. So back to the brain. Can we pick up our third one? So here Snowstorm now has 1 loss. The Rigel has none. All right, well, I gotta go back to the Rigel. Regal is gonna say, okay, we're gonna give you this win. Or it's that was close. I saw that 8 and I was like, Regal's like, no. Regal's like, don't fear. I got you, Mike. I got you, Mike. All right, so we've got $14 now to put on our spreadsheet. That should leave me at 136. Yeah, 136. So you can see just 1 unit. That's, again, another way to get 1 unit. And it's as simple as that, but go ahead and use the brain that way. And if there's 1 loss, do you want to see one more example? Should we? Okay, for those of you that want to hang out and see one more example, let's do it for you. So I'm going to come back to the main board. We're going to go ahead and we're going to clear. So another thing is, if you're here in the brain and you click on delete, you actually didn't delete much, because if I turn off the brain, this is still here. So I could still put in a couple different results, right? And then I can always click on the brain, all that stuff shows right back up in the brain. This stuff doesn't disappear until you click it from here. Say bye-bye. and now it's gone. Just kind of an FYI, right? So here, is there anything? Well, we want to see what this one looked like. Well, actually, let's see what other examples we have. See if we had anything else that was kind of sticking. We've seen some that are on runs of chops. Do we have anything that's really sticking? Not really. Not really. We can clear it again, but that just takes more time. Let's give this one a look. Red light's on. Okay, the Rigel right now is at 75%. It's taken one loss, 75%. You can see it's got 3 wins, 1 loss. So let's see, is there anything else out here that's better? Mikey Big Boy Underdog, still at 100%. It's not calling for anything right now. Cyclops has actually been really good for me. It might have been a thing, but Cyclops and Battlement. Yesterday I got into a little bit of a hole, and it happens. I ended up getting too many, kind of 3 losses as I was trying to climb back out, because I wasn't playing where I've been going for that 4th bet, and the 4th bet actually using the Haku Senior would have got me out, and I would have had a very nice profit. I would have been a little bit more nervous because Haku Senior, that 4th bet, gets kind of expensive, but at least playing the brain that way, as I went back and looked, it would have got me out. But then I started just playing this way, using the brain and going between Cyclops and Battlement. They both wait a little bit before they take turns, and they were literally, one was hitting a couple more free hands, another one would hit, and they were on a hot streak, and it pulled me all the way back out, plus got me done for the day. So it was amazing. So I'm going to give Cyclops a little trust here, since they're still sitting at 100%. Again, they've only got 3 wins, but let's give them a swing. So we're just, again, looking for that 1 unit. Cyclops did not let me down again. So there's another $5 in the hopper. All right, so we just won that last unit. So we've won 7 units between you and I. Let's just jump out to the lobby. I'll go ahead and clear this. Let's talk about how you would do that playing a real game of Baccarat, right? So, and if I'm playing the live tables, I do prefer to play on Pragmatic over Evolution, because Evolution has now got to where they'll just time you out. So the way that I would do that is, before I actually clicked into the shoe, remember, you still want 10 to 20 results in that shoe that's happening. You want something that's either on good clumps. I mean, that's certainly good clumps, but that's pretty deep into the shoe. There's actually also good clumps. They're clumping up. All right, let's pick on Speed Baccarat C here. And the way that I do it before I ever go into the shoe, because they do like to time me out, is I'm going to put in the results as I see it on that thumbnail. And I'm going to go click in there, and now we're going to click on the brain. Let's see what's in the brain. So Froggy is at 100%, and you got to make sure that you're putting in the results as they're coming in. Cyclops is at 78% with 1 loss. I'd be comfortable with Cyclops. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Do I want to wait for the loss? Well, Cyclops is kind of long between their runs. I'd probably give them 3 bullets once they come up with a decision. Also, especially because Evolution is going to want it's a $100 ticket. No thanks. Put that at $5. And because remember, here we can play from $1 to $5,000. I don't know how long the timer is before they go, okay, you've watched this long enough. And they don't just time you out of this game. They kick you out of their site. They're like, we're done. You're done. So Froggy's sitting on 100%, wants to go player. And because I know this is a 3-unit bet, I'll play this from here. I don't need it to tell me anything. I'm only looking for 1 unit. And Banker won. So we know Froggy took a loss there, but it wants to go Banker, and I know that's $10. Just stay on Froggy. Now if I click here, I'm going to click into it, right? Which would be fine. Cyclops still hasn't given me a bet yet. It's probably 1 away from giving me a bet. And there we got our win. So I know I'm up 450, and now Cyclops is going to give me a player here. Cyclops I'll actually jump into. But I know I'm up 450 from that last bet. Because $5 original bet, $10 bet, 50-cent commission, won 450. 4-4 tie. Don't forget to hit rebet. Which actually makes this stronger because this ends up being potentially a tie chop, like this was. Tie at the top and then chops over. Did Cyclops know that? Did it see it with its one eye? I don't know. We'll figure it out. It did. It saw it with its one eye. So I know I'm up 950. And that's how you do it. You know, you can go back to... You could always go back to the brain. You could literally just play it from here, just keeping track of what your units are and what the commission is. If you actually want the system to track, then you're going to be going in and actually clicking on that in order for it to track what your bets are. But Banker, most of those would have won there. There really wasn't any losers going on there, which, I mean, whatever, that's the case. But I got to mark my 950. It's been fun showing you this. Hopefully you're playing along and you didn't have to restart like I did. But I have started to kind of once I win, like today, once I win my $225, I'll pull that out so I can get a couple withdrawals this week. So then that way it's sitting in crypto. So if I need to ever pull that back in to go, okay, well I need to make that up, I'm not actually cashing that out, bringing that to a taxable event. That's probably good to know. I'm just leaving it in my bankroll until at some point I'll go, okay, now I can pull that back and actually be able to spend that. And let's do that before it's 20 grand. But we still want to win 20 grand. And then that's going to set us up nicely for next month to win another 20 grand. All right. So until next time, Mike the Gambling Guy. I'm out.